Hello and welcome to Insomniac Productions, where we bring content to you in the late AM because we know you're still up. My name is Ryan and today I'm doing a first listen review of Rap Monster's Mono. I haven't posted in a while, but with the release of this project, I felt the need to make something. I enjoy his work and I like who he is in the group, so I felt the need to really check this project out. With the first listen review, the standard is different than an all-out review and critique. I'll go through each of the tracks and how I felt as I was listening to them on my journey through the record. I'll comment on the flow, instrumental, the overall vibe, and what I think he was going for in the song. I don't have proper translations since this is my first listen through, and because some places have a problem with directly translating Korean properly, so I won't be judging his subject matter, at least in this video. Keep in mind that once again this is my first listen through review. My thoughts can change after listening again. Records can grow on some end, and I can either appreciate or dislike something more in future listens, so don't be too mad at me for my initial thoughts. Without wasting more time, let's get into it. My thoughts on Tokyo. The song has a heartbeat feel, it's that feeling you get when you can hear your heart pounding in your chest, when you feel heavier. That's what I get from the song. It's a good feeling. It's a very chill hip-hop and R&B style song, and I enjoy the track. The execution is pretty solid. I love the piano a lot. It's overall probably one of my favorite tracks just for the vibe alone, and the chorus is also really good. It reminds me of Successful from Drake, and I have no idea why. That's just what I first thought of. Maybe I'm thinking wrong. But also the lyrics, I believe, are all in English for this first song, and it sounds fairly depressing. It seems to be about a love that he has or a past love, but it's a well done track. It's a good way to open the record, I think. On to Seoul. This is one that, as of recording, there was a music video with proper lyrics coming out, so there was a little bit of looking at the lyrics for a first listen, even though I didn't go super in depth. It's initially what I heard from it, but this is more down the rap vein in the second song. It feels more like what I expected. He's got a smooth flow, and the instrumental is still in the realm of calming hip-hop. The chorus is well done, and I like the singing. There's not much more to be said about that. The vibe is still calming, and it's so far in the second track, at least it's consistent in that sense. And it's also probably my favorite song purely from an instrumental and lyrical standpoint this time. I'm really digging it. The song, though, on the lyrics, it seemingly goes down his thoughts of Seoul and how he feels about this place. If I remember correctly, this isn't his place of origin, so he sort of has this love-hate relationship with it, where he loves even the things he hates about it. And, like the sighing taxi driver complaining or weird smells, perhaps. Also in the chorus, he references love and hate being the same word, then saying he loves and hates Seoul respectively. I think the song is super relatable though, at least to me, because whenever I moved somewhere new, I hated it, but eventually came to love the things I initially disliked. I always had to get used to the change, and it wasn't always easy. It seems like he's expressing his eventual acceptance and even enjoyment of the place he now calls home, even if it didn't start off that way. It's a journey in a song, and I actually really like it. I think it's a great single from this project. My thoughts on Moonchild. This one had some auto-tune parts. It didn't sound super unique. It sounded a little bit generic, to be completely honest, on the first listen. The verses are pretty good. The chorus, again, is my favorite part. The instrumental is interesting, but it feels like it lacks something that makes it give it a little bit extra oomph. It seems just sort of bland in a sense. Not that the song overall is bland, but it's just there's something missing. It's my least favorite track out of the first three thus far as I'm listening to it, and there's just not much more to say here. Maybe the song will grow on me, but it sounds similar to songs maybe I've heard in the past that just didn't really do much for me, but I can't put a finger on it. I wasn't really excited listening to this. I don't have proper lyric translation, so maybe the lyrics will change my mind, but overall I think it's just an okay song. I don't think it's anything outstanding. The vibe at least is consistent with the other tracks, which is good, but other than that, I think it's just alright. On to Bad Bye. The introduction is good, the instrumental is hard-hitting, and the chorus makes me feel like venting. The Kill Me Softly part is also interesting and adds more to the song, and considering how I personally enjoy more depressing songs at times, I was hooked into listening more. It is short though, I would have liked more of this. I believe the runtime is just under 2 minutes, which makes me kind of sad as it is a great track on the project. It's not a song I could listen to all the time, but if you catch me in a sad mood, I'm putting it on a playlist for sure. The vibe is still consistent, which I'm very impressed by so far on this mixtape, and I'm really glad he's keeping that way on a shorter project that's only 7 tracks long. Good track, just too short. On to Different / Dislocated. This is a hard-hitting instrumental again. I love the R&B or more slow hip-hop vibes coming from it. The chorus is on point. And in fact, so far, I think out of the entire record, every chorus thus far has been really good to me. I've enjoyed listening to them. They're sort of the saving grace even on Moonchild, which I was less excited for. I think even the chorus on that song helped a lot. I will say that, again, the song seems very sad, which is, again, fitting considering the other tracks, so consistency is another huge thing here. And while I like the song, there's not much variance at the initial listen that makes me enjoy it even more, which is a bit of a bummer. Again, lyrics might make a world of difference, but since I don't speak Korean or have proper translations at the first listen, the song's alright, but it's nothing stand out from the other tracks here. It fits the mood, but that's about it. Since the review is getting a little bit long, I'm going to shorten it a little bit more by talking about the last two tracks quickly. We're on to Pass By. It's got a good intro again. The instrumental with the synthesized piano that it sounds like is very good. The singing on this project has been very stellar as well. It's not super flashy, but it's not underwhelming either. The song itself reminds me of an autumn day with leaves falling. Pretty calming, pretty good. It doesn't feel as sad as the other songs on this record, but it feels more so bittersweet, which is what I hope he's going for on that, because if he did, he nailed it. Without proper translation again, I don't know exactly what it's necessarily about, but I assume based on the title, it's about passing by someone you used to love or someone you used to care, which gives that bittersweet feeling. Great execution, interesting song, good vibe, and I encourage people to go back to this one on the record. Now on to Forever Rain. It's the title track. Well, not really the title track, but it's the first one that had a music video, I believe, and it is good. The instrumental solid, even though I love piano-based songs anyway. It's more somber, it's a bit more depressing than the others on this project. It's a good closing song that seems to really wrap together the feelings that he's had this entire record, at least based on the sound alone. The chorus, again, it hits me very well. The vibe has been consistent this entire record, and that's been a great thing from him. As it should, it reminds me of A Rainy Day. Got a very good flow, and it's something that's remained consistent on the entire album. It's a great track that seemed to be very depressing, but at the same token, relatable, and it's a wonderful closer. Overall, it's a very enjoyable record. It's got heavier and sadder instrumentals, sadder lyrics. It seems like a very emotional and personal record from RM. Even though it's a mixtape, it's well executed by him, and I enjoy what he put together here. Minus Moonchild being just an alright song, it's definitely something that I really enjoy through and through. Every track is good. There wasn't really anything bad or negative to say about this besides some meh tracks at worst. So yeah, it's something great. I'm going to give it a rating of certified sleepless, meaning that you should take the time to listen to this record. It's good enough to be listened to more than once, for sure. And honestly, if you're going into this winter vibe where it's feelsy and a lot of emotion goes through a lot of people at this time of year, it's something you should check out. And RM really puts his heart on his sleeve here and shows people that in this record, and it's well executed, and he's getting his point across. That does it for me. Check this album out, but that is just my opinion. Let me know down below what you think. Do you agree with my opinion? Do you disagree with my opinion? What do you think of the record? I'm glad to be back, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.